Alright YouTube, I'm back again today for another game review. And today I'm very excited to check it out. Handy from Simply Fun. This is for 3 to 6 players. Age is 8+. It'll take about 30 minutes to play. And in Handy, you are going to be taking some balls and you're going to be trying to hold them in your hand and juggle these balls in your hand. Well, not actually juggling them. You're going to be putting different balls on your fingertips while trying to get someone else who's going to be right next to you. They're going to have their hand there, and you're both going to be trying to make sure the balls don't fall as you're going to be adding more and more balls to your hand. It's going to have like a big hand tree in the middle with balls. In theory, that's how it's supposed to work. It's a very light, simple, party-esque, family weight-esque game, but is it good? Let's open it up. I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what you're going to get inside of Handy. So first and foremost, we have our handy dandy rule booklets. It's 2 pages, double-sided, full color, full of pictures, illustrations, examples, and it's very well done. It should have you up and running in no time at all. Really, the examples seal how you should play the game, which is nice as well. So in Handy, what you'll be doing is you are going to be using one hand to flip over your cards. You can be using your other hands to hold balls with someone else using various different fingers. What am I talking about? Let's go over the components. Let's get into the gameplay. So first and foremost, everyone's going to get their own colored cards right here, which will have one of each of your fingers. So middle, ring, index, pinky, thumb. You take these, you shuffle them up, everybody's got these, and then you're going to set a set of balls in between you and other players. So the green might be between me and this guy, and the orange might be between me and this guy, and the purple might be between you get it. You get what I'm saying here. I don't need to keep going. So, what are you going to do? On your turn, you're going to flip over a card. And, well, actually, this person should start. They're going to flip over a card. It's a pinky card. This person's going to flip over a card. It's a thumb card. And now these 2 people have to put one hand into the middle of the table using their pinky and their thumb. And they have to hold the ball like so. Just like that. Then the next person over here is going to... so this person is now going to draw another card. And then this person is going to draw another card. So now at this point, I would have pinky. And this person would have thumb. So now, well, this is a terrible example because, you know, let's pretend we had index finger. So I would still be holding the pinky and the thumb, but now we'd be holding the index finger and this. So, you know, it maybe looks something like this. And then I'm done. Blue is now done for the time being because it's going to keep going around the table. Black's going to draw another one with blue, and blue's going to draw another one with red, and red's going to draw, you know, and everybody's going to essentially be juggling 2 balls with one hand with 2 of their different fingers until it gets back to this person who's once again going to flip another one, and they're going to do their ring finger, and then this person is going to do their index. So at this point, I would be juggling 3 balls in my hand on 3 different fingers. Everybody's hands would all be in the middle. It would be all jumbly and bally and stuff. And what's eventually going to happen is that someone is going to drop the ball. And if one or more teams drop the ball at the same time, then they lose those balls. Everybody else gets to put their balls back into the circle. And you keep doing this until someone has lost all of their balls. At which point you'll total up how many balls your team has in front of you. And those will be points that you will gain. You're going to do this over the course of 3 rounds. So you're going to be playing this for quite a good deal of time, at which point whoever has had the most balls left in their circles in front of them after 3 rounds will be the winner of the game. And that, in a jumbled nutshell, is how you're going to play Handy. Alright then, Handy from Simply Fun. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the pro side, 3 to 6 players. That's a good player count. The game has good aesthetic appeal. People are going to be immediately drawn into the game because they're like, wait, what is going on over there? There's balls everywhere, there's a hand tree in the middle, and there's, you know, maybe people getting frustrated or laughing, which always attracts people to a table. And, you know, they're going to be intrigued by the game. Component-wise, very nicely done components. The box insert is top-notch. Fantastic box insert. The rules are relatively easy to learn and easy to teach, which is nice. They're short, sweet, to the point. Always enjoy that, especially with a family/party-esque style game, which I would consider this to be. It is a game. There's definitely winners and losers in the game. It has a unique team element, which I've liked in a lot of other games, where you're working with the person to your right and the person to your left. So you got like that that Between Two Cities-esque vibe, which I do enjoy. Not so much in this game, but still, it's a mechanism I like in the game, and that's what I got on the pros. Because moving on to the cons, Handy, wow, I have nothing that good to say about this game. So starting off with the cons, let's get to the obvious stuff, which is that this is a game all about putting your hand in the middle of the table and trying to balance balls, you and someone else, using two of your fingers, and then continuing to do that. And it's going to get progressively more and more stressful and difficult, which is not going to be a game for everybody. But here's the thing. I actually like games like that. In a Bind is in my top 100 games of all time, and it's a very, very similar concept to a game where you're just going to be contorting your bodies and still having to try and draw cards and do silly things. I love that game. I've played that game probably 100 to 500 times, and no, that's not an exaggeration, because when I bring it and I work with kids on the weekends, they want to play that for hours and hours and hours on end. But that's neither here nor there. I'm just letting you know the context that I, in fact, like this style of game. So I was very excited to actually play this game. And then we started playing it, and it was just not enjoyable. So here's the thing. If you don't have steady hands, this is not going to be a game for you. You're going to be terrible at the game. You're going to be frustrated with the game. Now, I also have attention deficit hyper disorder, which means that while I was enjoying watching other people, try and balance and get frustrated and stuff like that, I was still bored while playing this game. And my natural thing when I do is I jiggle my leg, or I'll move a hand, or I'll tap, or I'll do anything like that. I like to do this a lot. That's the big one. I like to really feel my fingers. I like to close my eyes and feel my fingers, as odd as that is. But this is not a game for that, because the second you accidentally move your hand, boom, you have lost the round and you lost the ball. Also, with younger kids, I feel like the younger kids got super frustrated with this. And I did. I tried it with some 6, 7, and 8-year-olds. They just all were just like, no. They actually asked to play something different, which was very surprising for me. Because if you know this channel, you know I play hundreds of games in my classroom. And even the worst of the worst, the games with no choices, the games where it's just roll a die and move, or pick a card and move, those kids still don't ask to quit those games 99% of the time. So to have kids ask to quit this game is really surprising and eye-opening to me. But then I played it with some older kids, and still the same thing, just getting frustrated, not having much fun. Which brings me to my next point. It is repetitive, and it is. You're going to do the same thing over and 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 over. Then you're probably going to quit at that point. And I know it was kind of annoying that I did that over and 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 over. But literally, that is the game. It is, I'm going to draw a card, and me and this person are going to manipulate the ball. Then I'm going to drop a card, and then me and this person are going to manipulate the ball. And I'm going to draw this card, and then me and this person are going to balance the ball. And I'm going to draw this card, and me and this person are going to balance the ball. And you do it so many times. And the fact that they asked you to do it 3 times, dear God, are you crazy, man? At 6 players, this would be like probably an hour-and-a-half game. Seriously, at 3 players, not so bad. It's still going to get really repetitive really fast, but at 6 players, that would be nuts, because you're only losing, most of the time, 1 ball at a time. And everybody's got 5 in front of them, and you're supposed to go until someone loses all their balls, and then you're supposed to do that 3 times. That's nuts. Also, doesn't give you any way to keep track of your score. I feel like there could have been some easy way to keep track of your score. That's a minor nitpick, because most people are not going to finish an entire game of this. They're going to see what the game is and then be like, all right, I get it. Let's play something else. Yes, so I played it with kids. It was a huge, colossal failure. Across the board, 6 to 11 years old, no thank you. I think I had 1 kid who enjoyed it, but that's just the kid who just wanted to spend time with me and play games with me, because I normally don't ask him to play games. So it's really hard to get his opinion on games. Not that I'm downgrading his opinion, just giving you the context of the opinion. Everybody else was pretty much like, no, can we play something else? Or no, I don't like it. Or no, I don't want to play it again. Me included. But of course, I had to play with adults. I had to see if maybe it was just kids suck, Sometimes kids suck at stuff. So maybe with adults, it'd be good. No, it wasn't. Let's just save you the time with that. We got through an entire round, and they were like, do we really need to play this 2 more times? And I was like, no, I think we're good. And they're like, thank you. And it got to the point where I think one guy was actually dropping balls on purpose just to get the game over with faster. And I also got the impression that other people who were next to him started to notice it, and they didn't care because they didn't like the game that much. So as a party game, I don't think this would go over that well. It's just not fun to me. And most of the people I played with, not really fun to them either. There's a reason why you probably haven't heard of this game, despite the fact it has an awesome name, which is another pro. That this game has a lot of fun to be had with its name. But there you go. That's Handy from Simply Fun. We had no fun to be had. It's simple, but it's not fun. And I feel like this is the second time that I've actually used that exact line in a Simply Fun game. I need to go through my videos now, because I am 99% sure that I had another Simply Fun game that was not very much fun, but it was simple. So hey, 50%, that's good, right? You know, round it up, that's 100%.